Airlines don't lose millions from crashes. They lose millions from minutes. A small delay can quietly cost more than most people realize. When a flight is delayed by just 10 or 15 minutes, most passengers barely notice. Maybe boarding starts late. Maybe the plane waits on the runway. But for airlines, that delay almost never stays small. That plane still has more flights scheduled that day. And every minute it loses early makes the rest of the schedule tighter. What looks like a small inconvenience to passengers becomes a growing problem behind the scenes. Airlines only make money when planes are flying. When a plane is sitting on the ground, the airline is still paying for almost everything. Crews are on the clock. Fuel is being burned. Gates are occupied. None of that stops just because the plane isn't moving. And during delays, planes often sit longer than expected. Every extra minute on the ground increases costs without generating revenue. That's why time on the ground is one of the most expensive things for an airline. One late arrival rarely affects just one flight. That same aircraft is scheduled to fly again. And again. Often several times in a single day. When it arrives late, the next departure starts behind schedule. Passengers miss connections, crews scramble to adjust, and gates fill up faster than planned. What began as a short delay spreads through the airline's entire network. By the end of the day, a single late flight can quietly disrupt dozens of others. Flight crews operate under strict work-hour limits. Pilots and flight attendants can only work a certain number of hours before they're required to rest. When delays push flights past those limits, airlines can't simply ask crews to stay longer. They either have to cancel the flight or find a replacement crew at the last minute. That means hotels, transportation, repositioning staff, and rebooking passengers. All of it costs money, and none of it was part of the original plan. Fixing delays is often more expensive than preventing them in the first place. When schedules fall apart, airlines have to recover overnight. Aircraft end up in the wrong cities. Crews are out of position. And passengers are scattered across airports. Airlines spend hours repositioning planes and staff just to reset the system for the next day. These recovery costs add up quietly, but they can exceed the cost of the original delay. So why don't airlines just eliminate delays altogether? Because many causes are outside their control. Weather changes quickly. Air traffic control limits capacity. And airports can only handle so many planes at once. Airlines could build more buffer time into schedules, but that means fewer flights and less revenue. Running perfectly on time would actually cost airlines more money than managing occasional delays. That's why airlines measure time in dollars. A delay that feels small to passengers can ripple through an entire network. Minutes affect crews. Schedules affect planes. And planes affect profits. Airlines don't fear accidents the most. They fear inefficiency. Because in aviation, every minute matters more than most people realize.